Ownership is the reason why I do it. Ownership is literally everything for me. So I'm willing to, I quit my corporate job, a lot of money that I just left on the table. I have a family, you know. I turned down jobs. People, you know, I've had companies, big sportswear companies telling me, become head of community at my company, you gotta shut yours down. And it's like, no. I know how important ownership is. I know that to change the narrative, you have to have a piece of the game. Got a job at a Big 4 accounting firm. Bought a Lexus, spent a lot of money, feeling like important for a couple weeks. It's like you made it. But then I realized how much I hated my job. So I was experiencing panic attacks, experiencing a mental health episode that I didn't know. I was like, well, what am I doing with my life? I saw one of my friends running, and I was like, what is he doing? And why is he so happy?
They call it Boston's cultural districts, Boston Little Saigon. A lot of Vietnamese people here. My office is right here. The coffee shop that I love to go to is right here. I mean, it's a big neighborhood. The poorest zip code in the city. Like, we don't have proper grocery stores. There aren't opportunities for youth to get involved. There aren't enough jobs, there aren't enough resources for the kids in this neighborhood, in these communities. I grew up my whole life trying to get out of here, and now I try to stay as much as possible. Welcome to my city.
I was finding myself leaving my neighborhood to go run in another neighborhood. And so finally in 2017, I decided to create my own running community here in Boston, knowing the struggles that they were going through and just bringing something that helped stabilize my mental health, bringing it into a community where I felt like it was needed.
Let's get started. Welcome to PYNRS Run Crew Saturday morning runs.
At first, it was just like a bunch of people who, they weren't necessarily identified as runners. They were just kind of doing something cool. So now we're 5 years in. I like to say we have the most diverse running community, definitely in Boston for sure, but that exists.
PYNRS on 3. 1, 2, 3.
PYNRS! You don't know what it's like to fly till you had your wings cut. I was dinged up. It's all fun and games till they bringing rings up.
Always working. Chilling, got a camera. They're doing a movie on me. See y'all later. I got a party tonight. Y'all wanna come? Okay. Yeah, man, this is my hood, bro.
So our experience with PYNRS Run Crew was that we've created this authentic community of runners. And then the summer of 2020, the murder of George Floyd, the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, everyone was talking about racial justice, and all of the brands started calling. They would ask us to be at photo shoots and then to be in their marketing, but then you'll show up to these photo shoots, everyone was being paid on set except for us. And we never saw any money in that whole thing. I started to think about, like, how can we start to create something that we can own beyond just being in your marketing campaign. I'm not interested in influencer deals.
Oh, goodness. This place is a mess. I know.
Takes away from my Instagram following. It takes away from the cool things I can do when brands fly you out. And it's like, I pick ownership over influence every day of the week. We are a streetwear-inspired running apparel company with a specific focus on building for bigger bodies.
That's the community, yo, you know?
This is before, like, as I was starting PYNRS, I had put together a vision board. Practice some gratitude. You say thank you for all the money that you've been given throughout your life. Artists create a threat. Being a dad is important. Sell 500 hats. And this is kind of like the first print I got of PYNRS. You know, community, brand. I mean, I work all the time. It takes away from the time that I could be spending with my family.
You gonna say goodnight to Mama?
Okay, good night.
What?
I love you.
Give Mama a big good night. Sleep tight. I love you. All right.
Yeah, it takes a lot of late nights, but it's worth it. You gotta tell yourself. You gotta have the positive self-talk around it because it's hard.
We're going to Magic City. You're going too?
Yeah. Can't wait. When I really think back to it, my family's always been entrepreneurs. Like my grandfather had businesses, a shoe company. And then when my parents and my uncles got here, they started sportswear stores. So I'd say the most important thing to me about ownership is generational wealth, being able to provide for my family. So I'm doing it in a way that if it works and when it works, my family will be good.
Got people together. I remember when the first run he started Pioneers, he was like, we're just gonna do it.
I'm not even gonna name it.
I'm not even gonna name it. It had no name. And then, boom, there's like 150 people waiting outside of Savin Hill, and I'm like, how? But it's just that mindset. He continues every day and works hard to achieve that goal that he has, which at some point, it's gonna be big.
You know, when he quit his job, I said, really? What you gonna do after this? You're the oldest one and you're doing stuff would make me proud. You know, I would say all the time, he found a good wife too. And, you know, yeah.
She already doing it now.
Sorry, we're obviously. We can, yes, I can use your help.
I know you can.
From the history that I can find, it's never been done. There definitely isn't an independent running apparel company that's owned by a black person, that's created by a black person. I'm more passionate than I've ever been about doing the work that I'm doing. Through Pioneers Run Crew, through Pioneers Apparel, through telling our history, through creating wealth and ownership in the running industry.
I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Like, this means so much to me that you're here. This industry is a tough industry to be in. I share this stat a lot because I just learned it, but $36.8 billion running gear industry, not including sneakers or shoes. One black-owned running apparel company, and this is Pioneers.
It's taken a lot. I've definitely put everything I have into this company, and I work on it every day. But now I find myself just working and doing it because I love it, and doing it because it's important, and doing it because I know that the future is bright. I have definitely not made it. I am like still in the hood. I'm still, you know, struggling to make ends meet. I say I'm on the cusp of it all. What does all mean? I don't know, but I'm on the cusp of it all.